YouTube, back at you again with another video. In this video though, we talking about gold chains, that is. Yeah, I got a EK chain, hell yeah, and we're gonna put it on the bike today. We're swapping out the OEM chain for a gold chain. Now this chain setup that I have right here, it comes with a clip master link. So if you order this chain, I'm gonna put a link in the description below. You do have to order the Rivet master link, which is the one I want to go with. I don't know, the clip master links are cool, but I think that's really for a dirt bike. So I feel more comfortable if the master link is Rivet, which is what I'm gonna use today. So if you're ready to swap out the chain on your bike, get you one. I'm gonna walk you through it in this video. All right, stay tuned while I take this heavy ass chain off. All right, so right here it says EK chain 520 SRX2 chain. It's 120 link. If I'm not mistaken, the bike's chain is 110, but a lot of times I'll be wrong on this, so I got a 120 just to be safe. Just want to see what the chain looks like. Package. All that damn gold, baby. Yeah, like this. Is a rivet? Oh no, it's a clip. Wait. So if you look, this is a clip. All right, the difference between the two, right? If you look at the top, at this part right here, it doesn't go in. Like you can't compress it, you can't make it flare out. And then there's the clip right there, which is what I don't want to use. And then the one I ordered is a rivet. If you look at the top, it has the holes. So there's a part number if you need it. But again, I'm gonna leave the description. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below if you want to get it. But this, I'm just gonna put it back in the box because I'm not gonna use it, honestly. All right, get that to the side. Oh, and yeah, during the process, please don't forget to disco that battery, because if that bike starts on you, no more fingers. You're gonna be out here like this. Yeah, man, look, I was over there yesterday, right? And the dude told me that I need to go over there around 6, right? And cut his yard. You don't want to be that person. But let's get the majority of it off. Man, this is not gonna work. I need 2 hands to get it all the way off. This process is super simple. You can really do it one person, but the first thing you want to do is you want to cut just a portion of the chain off with a Dremel. I'm trying to cut this piece right off. Once I clear this part right here off the rivet, I'm going to use a ProMotion punch, and I'm going to punch that rivet straight through to the other side. And once I take it off the other side, I should be ready to go to take the chain completely off the bike. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it on the ground and measure them side by side. So let me cut this off real quick. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, that's the hardest part of this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? All right, so now I'm going to get my Pro Tool Motion Kit chain breaker. I'm gonna pop those rivets through the other side and then take this chain off, put the new chain and this chain next to each other and cut it where I need to cut it. Here's the chain breaker kit that comes in the whatever, I guess the kit. I don't know why I said whatever. So normally this part goes or comes like this. You take this completely out, you feed the bigger one, because I have a 520 chain. If I had a smaller chain, I would use a different size. You put this and the spring together. I mean, you don't have to, but basically like this. You drop this inside, then you add this to the top. Please, Lord, catch. All right. Then once it gets snug, you're gonna bring this top one down all the way to where it's gonna sit on the chain like this. So let me put it on the bike so I can show you guys exactly what I mean. It's gonna push that center part out, but I need to get it a lot closer. And that hole that's on the other side, what it does is it catches the rivet on the inside, or the inside part of the wheel, so it don't move. And then it pretty much aligns itself to push that rivet straight through, which I think is pretty dope. And now you get that stick rod thing I told you about. You put it through here, and then if you turn this, it's gonna break that. Let's see if I can do it one hand. It's basically gonna break the rivet through to the other side. I just don't know if I'm on it all the way. I'm trying to look inside. And I think I am, but I could be a little bit off. So what I like to do is I like to rock it back and forth just to kind of make it reseat itself. And you'll know that you're on that pin when it gets really soft, and it just got soft. So when I take this off, you're gonna see that the pin went all the way through. Well, let me just push it all the way through. Let me just slide it out some more, a little bit more. So if you look, it pushed the pin through to the other side. I'm gonna do the same thing to the bottom, and then this master link or clip is gonna fall off, and then I can take the chain off. Easy, 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 but you gotta make sure you grind this down first. All right, so let me take this one off camera, put the chains on the floor, and we'll measure the two, see which one is the longest. And we'll just have to cut down the new chain to the new length. Real quick, another thing too, whenever you take these, the clip and the pin and all this stuff off, try to look at the orientation of the rings, because these rubber rings play an important part when you put the new chain on. So they go on the inside of this inner link and the outer link. So yeah, so now I can just pull this right off like that. So this I no longer need. And then there should be rubber on the inside as well, which is right here in my finger. There's one, there's two. And then this is the OEM style chain rubber. And if you look on the inside, it still has this oil. I mean, I lubricate my chain on the regular, so I guess that makes a difference. All right, so now all I have to do is just push down with my finger. Chain comes right off, and then you just pull on one side. It's gonna pull the wheel, and then the chain will slide right off of the bike, just like that. So now I got the chain on the floor. I can do is I can just lay them both on the ground and see if this is a 120 chain link. Oh no, it still doesn't line up. So if you look, my old chain is not lined up with the new chain. So I know that the new chain is obviously not stretched out. They are pretty straight, as you can see. There's a little curve like right there. I'll straighten that out real quick just to make sure I'm not going crazy. And yeah, they're still not lined up. So the old chain is obviously stretched, but whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut here. All right, YouTube, so I took it off that portion of the new chain, and now the two chains are exactly, or pretty close to the same length. So now I know that this new chain is gonna fit on the bike just perfect. So now I have access to pass the chain through on the chain guide, across the front sprocket, keep the bike in neutral so this can spin. I'm gonna bring it all the way around, and I'm gonna connect everything back here where I have access. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this with one hand, but let me try. And if it doesn't work, then whatever. Let's get that gold, baby. Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna be able to do this with one hand. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. That no cover look with the gold chain, like I'm thinking about this. Look, check this out. No front sprocket cover and no chain guard. Yo, that looks clean. That's the front sprocket. So basically all I did, the connection point is here. I just wrapped the chain around the rear wheel first. I just pretty much brought it across around the front, and I just looped it towards the bottom to meet me here. Now I just need the master link, and the easiest way to do this, bro, this is not hard at all. It may take me maybe 10 minutes tops. All right, so you really want to use grease. I'm gonna put the grease at the very end. So the way this goes, it's you put 2 rings, right? Then you put this on a chain, then you put 2 rings, and then you put the outer. I hope that makes sense. But I'm gonna add a little bit of grease to all this stuff and then put it on the bike. A bit higher, boom. All right, so now that I know that side is on, I'm gonna grab 2 more of these rubber rings. Put those guys on. Then you want to grab the master key. The master key goes right over it, like so. Now, when you put it on, it will not seat. The only way to make it to seat is you're gonna grab your chain breaker kit. So if you look at this, the way it goes, that part is on the inside. Obviously you can't see. And then this part is on the outside, so you can see the rivets come all the way through. which I think is a pretty cool design. So I'm gonna put this on the bike and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so if you look on this side, it's sitting with the rivets inside of it, and then on this side, if you look, you can kind of see that it's lined up. So all I have to do now is just tighten this down, and then those rivets are gonna come through and it's gonna look like this. And once it looks like this, I'm gonna flare out those ends so that way the chain doesn't come off. So I need 2 hands obviously because it's really, really tight. So I'm gonna tighten it down. I'm gonna take this off so you can see what it looks like. And then once I take this off, you'll have an idea before I flare them out. So now that I've gotten it tight on the chain, when you take this off, it should look like that. So this goes on the bottom. And basically what that does is it holds that pin in place. And then on the top part, you're gonna use the one that has this bezel to it. And then this is gonna flare out. It's gonna flare this out using this. All right, so now that I've gotten it, it's pretty much flared out, but I don't think it's coming up on camera. So let me take this off. Okay, there we go. This part broke off. So I gotta take that out and then flare it out just like this top one. But yeah, the chain is pretty much on there. Here's a little piece that broke off right here. That was inside of there. So now let me flare out the other one. So I'm gonna flare this one out just like I flared this one out, and then we should be done. All right, so now that I got the master link on there nice and tight, now it's time to just adjust the chain. All right, when you do your chain slack, the chain slack is right here on the actual side of the car, the bike. It's from 30 to 40. Right now I have the chain slack to 35, right in between the two. You can put it directly to 30. It's gonna make it to me too tight, and if you put it to 40, it's too loose. But 35, to my opinion, is right where it should be, like right in the middle. And to me, it has enough slack and it has enough tightness to do just fine. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching this ZX-6R chain replacement from OEM to Goooooooooooooooold. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.